we're back on the road. So Series 2, or our next adventure, begins. So we're off on a 7-week cruising holiday with our van. Down through central Queensland into northern New South Wales, around Cunnamulla area, and cross into New South Wales. We'll do the Waterfall Way from Armidale to Coffs Harbour, then back up the coast to home. That's our next 7-week journey. Today, instead of going to Muttaburra, we're just going to go to Torrens Creek and stay overnight at Torrens Creek, and probably head south through to Aramac and stay at Lara Wetlands just south of Colvin tomorrow. But still don't 100% know yet. We'll decide tomorrow morning when we get out of bed.
Standing underneath the rows of trees, I can see where the ocean meets the sky. Under our clothes, a fire grows. We are ready for this life of running wild. We're running wild. Underneath the rows of trees, I will see where the ocean meets the sky. Under your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. Silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild.
This episode we travel a little over 1100 kilometres from home to the central Queensland area, roughly, little town of Augathella. Starting at home, our first night we travelled out to Torrens Creek, where we stayed overnight at the Torrens Creek pub. And then we headed down the Aramac Road to Muttaburra, where we stayed at Freedom Park overnight at Muttaburra. From Muttaburra, I went down to Longreach for an overnight stay at a caravan park before travelling through Barcaldine to Blackall for another overnight stay, and then finishing off our first week with a couple of nights at the lovely little town of Augathella in central Queensland.
Turn toward me and look so weak. I've never seen you with such tired eyes. And everything we said we'd be, we just traded for a suit coat and a tie. And underneath the rows of trees, I will see you where the ocean meets the sky. Your toes, the fire grows. You are ready for a different kind of life. Just silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild. Just silent bold, the wind is cold. You must return to the wild.
Our first night, we stayed at Torrens Creek at the back of the Exchange Hotel, which is not a bad little spot. $30 for powered sites or $15 for unpowered. They've got a dog over there with shower and toilets, all very clean. And our camp location, which was really quite good. We had a good night. There was a railway line over this way, and we did have a train go past about 10 p.m, but it wasn't too bad and not too noisy. And there's a rooster that insisted on waking up at 5 a.m, but he went back to bed again as well. We did have a visit from a snake yesterday afternoon, or yesterday evening. A black-headed python it is. I didn't know at the time, but we took a photo and the lady at the pub identified it for us. And now we're about to head off and go to Muttaburra, I believe.
of Queensland, Muttaburra.
Not quite at the centre of Queensland, it's 17 kilometres southeast of here. It's on private property, and hence this is used instead.
Meeting of waters. Discs were created by students of Muttaburra State School, featuring fun fossils, reaching for the stars, and an acknowledgement of country. There you go. Well done, kids. Okay, we're going to take a walk along this historical pathway here in Muttaburra. Meeting of the waters.
So we're overnighting at Muttaburra, staying at the Muttaburra Freedom Park, I think it's called, which is a donation park. So it's $6 a night to stay here by donation in a donation box, and it's pretty good. It's a fairly open site, not a lot of big trees. They're all fairly small at the moment. They'll grow over time. And for your $6, you actually get water. It's really great when you're travelling out west to have a water stop and somewhere to stay, and also a nice area down by the lake. So we're not staying up in the area where the water is, we're down parked on the lakeside down here, which has got a great view looking out over the lake. And tomorrow morning when we leave, we'll pull up here and top our water up. So well done, Muttaburra, on providing this little spot. It is excellent. The lady at the shop did warn us before coming here that it has been quite wet and it could be a little bit soft, particularly down near the lake. She said don't get in the lake, it's probably too soft. But guess where we are, and it's not too soft. It probably has been, but they've had about 3 days of sunshine now, it's dried out. One thing I will say about camping down at this spot, which is really very nice, but these nests of tiny little black ants, and they can bite. So just got to be careful where you walk.
beautiful Thomson River. Well, we were booked to camp on Goodbury Hills Station, which is on the Thomson River, but the owner informs us that the campsite was currently underwater. So we're told it's the largest rain event they've had in the last 10 years. This is the main part of the Thomson River.
Well, we're now at the Longreach Caravan Park, so we're just doing an overnight here. We ended up staying only one night at Muttaburra. Longreach Caravan Park's not too bad. It's all gravel sites, reasonable size, and they're not packed, so it was pretty easy getting in. We did like the Muttaburra site very much, over the lagoon. It was a beautiful area to stay. However, unfortunately, we got swamped by flying ants on the first night there, which made their way into the van, and that's just luck of the draw. I think it's just because they had all that rain that the flying ants were breeding, and they chose the bright lights of our van to come in, so we hightailed it from there and staying a night at Longreach. So we'll visit the Qantas Museum today, and we'll head on to another spot, not too sure where, probably just outside Blackall, I think. That's our intention for today. So last time we came to Longreach, we passed by this and said we'd definitely come next time, and here we are. So we got lucky, we didn't make a booking. We were supposed to make a booking apparently, but we didn't. But they had a couple of spots left over for the 9:30 tour, so I would suggest, if you're definitely wanting to make sure you don't miss it, that you do book it, unlike us.
Rely on an airmail subsidy, and there were 607 of these manufactured prior to the Second World War. Now, the military equivalent of your DC-3, the Douglas commercial aircraft, is the C-47, your Dakota. And the distinctive giveaway of the military aircraft is your double door. It's also known as the 747 Classic, even referred to as the Jumbo, and even more affectionately known as the Queen of the Skies. Now, Qantas actually first purchased 747-200 series in 1971. This aircraft was actually purchased in 1979, and it actually arrived here in Longreach on the 16th of November in 2002, the 82nd anniversary of Qantas. It had flown for 23 years, during which time it had actually carried over 5.4 million passengers. It had actually travelled over 84.2 million kilometres, which in fact is equivalent to 100 round trips to the moon, or in other words, 10 years of continuous flying. Now, what I'm actually going to do now is to refer to two Australian contributions to air safety on board the aircraft. In fact, the first one will relate to the escape slide. We had exclusive rights to the captain lounge upstairs, which accommodated some 15 people. We'll have an opportunity.
I am. A little bit of luxury, isn't it? Bedroom. It's not that little actually. Bigger than a caravan. So here we are travelling from Blackall. Blackall on our way to Augathella for the night. Travelling through Tambo, which I think we'll get to in about another 20 minutes. So we'll probably stop and have a little bit of a look around Tambo before we head on to Augathella. We've been pretty much on the move all the time, just a night at each location, but from Augathella onwards we'll slow down. We'll spend 2 nights at Augathella and then travel up to Quilpie for probably 3, maybe 4 nights.
Gotta see this. This is beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful Australian countryside once again. Flat plains with the hill. We've just arrived at Augathella, pulled into the free camp or the donation camp, $5 donation per night. Just set up in time because it has started to rain. Well, more of a light shower than rain, but 60% chance of rain today. Looks like a pretty good site. There's about half a dozen caravans here. You can see that it looks like toilets and showers over there. It's right at the edge of town. You can literally just walk 2 streets that way and you're on Main Street. Not as much of a main street, it's a pretty small little town. That looks very nice, so we'll probably spend 2 days here and actually kick back and relax a little bit.
I have to take a picky, hope you don't mind.
You ride the donkey sometimes too.
That's hilarious. What are their names? What are their names?
That's Jackie and this is Elvis and Johnny's the dog.
Johnny, you are so clever. Oh my gosh, aren't you beautiful?
Love it.
Oh. How long has he been doing this for?
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes he has Johnny. Come on, come on, come on. Sometimes he howls like a dingo when you get him up.
Oh, you're going to howl.
Johnny, come on, come on, come on. Woo, come on, he's thinking about it. Come on, woo, woo.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Johnny, woo. Oh, look out, you fall off.
Oh, you are so beautiful.
He's a
aren't
beautiful little
you?
fella, he is. He loves getting
Hey.
scratched.
Oh,
Scratch him inside his ears and he closes his eyes and then he goes to sleep.
hello. Oh, you're all wet. Hey, Johnny.
Johnny, come on, come on.
You think that's a treat?
Johnny, come on.
Our little Foxy, when I was a kid, I had a harmonica. As soon as I blew the harmonica, he would sit down and howl.
Yeah, Johnny, he'd probably do it too.
Oh,
Johnny, Johnny. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Woo! Come on, do it. Johnny, go. Come
he's
on.
a bit stage fright.
Come on! 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 You see what he is. Come on!
that's
Come on.
adorable.
Come on! Oh, I got him.
Oh no.
That'll be 0 for me. And 17 for you. Did you like that?
Yeah, well.
Why? Why?
That's good.
Gonna want that one, though. It's not one of those kings.
Oh, poo.
Oh, you want that, don't you?
I don't know.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, whatever. You haven't scored anything, have you? Oh, yeah. Look at that. 57, 59. She beat me by
filming
2
this whole
points.
time?